The following content is sponsored by Xsonico. Zephyr is not a Fuda. Also, hail the booty. Hey guys, welcome back to Warframe and another Riven review video. The keen eyes out there will notice already that the slash, well, and because of the title, obviously, but the slash damage is actually higher than the other physical damages. Like, normally this is a puncture-based weapon. But with the addition of this very interesting mod that I rolled, 55% fire rate, obviously double for bows, which is excellent because this is a very, this is normally a very slow charging bow, and you need to fully charge it to actually be able to fire it. 149% damage, but also 112% slash. Now, this works together. Unfortunately, I do have to use Fanged Fusillade to get the slash up higher than the puncture. Otherwise, it's only 1,172. So normally, I would recommend against this. However, because it has both slash and damage, and remember I've talked about before, the slash procs are boosted by, they're not affected by slash damage at all. So unfortunately, this bonus slash damage, the only thing it's doing is making it so the physical damage that's going to proc most is going to be slash, just like the Dread. But this also has the advantage of it still has a very high amount of puncture. So not only will slash procs be very common like the Dread, the status chance is also double the amount of the Dread, at least the Dread that I actually have built. The status is like 50-ish%, or maybe it's 60. But this almost has 100%. It's 91%. So almost every shot I fire, it'll proc something. So it's going to have really high slash procs. Obviously, unfortunately, the crit chance is still low. I would have preferred, instead of fire rate, even though the fire rate's good, I would have preferred crit chance. But this is actually really good too. And I'll show you in a minute. This is actually a very interesting roll. It completely changes the weapon into something that's decently good to something almost Dread levels, because the biggest thing about the Dread, especially against armor, is because it deals mostly slash damage, you're going to get the heavy reduction towards armor with the shots, but the actual slash procs ignore armor because they deal finisher damage, so you're dealing, you're basically bleeding the enemy from within. Now this weapon now does the same thing, but it also has very high status. So you're going to be proccing the slash procs a lot more often. Now the elemental doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously viral is pretty good. I just like corrosive because but I just stick with corrosive for this build because even though generally for a slow firing weapon you don't really want corrosive because it fires really slowly. Because of the high slash damage, every time I do a corrosive proc, the slash damage that's been boosted here is going to do more and more damage. Obviously not the slash procs themselves. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something similar to what I've done in other Riven videos like this. I'm going to do a test against a couple high-level enemies. I think I'm going to do it against a level 145 Heavy Gunner and a level 145 Napalm. And I'm actually going to test it up against a unmodded, so no Riven mod, Dread build with the same elemental, so just corrosive instead of radiation and viral, just to make it more even. And then at the end of the video, you're actually going to see which was better. I think the Dread's still going to get better just because of the higher crit chance, but we're going to see. So first up, of course, is the level 145 Heavy Gunner. And as you can see, when I charge it up, it's actually not that slow. I already get a slash proc, it's already doing 80,000. This will almost kill her without even me. Oh, okay, it will kill her. See? One slash proc just killed her. Now, the slash procs are still just as powerful even if you don't have this Riven mod. The only thing that this does is now it makes the slash procs very common, because normally, since the puncture is normally higher, you'll be getting puncture procs and just hardly any slash procs. Now let's switch over to a Napalm. Napalm obviously has higher armor and a different kind of armor that's even more heavily resistant to slash, and has no bonuses against corrosive, so the damage is going to be lower. Still over 1,000 a shot. And then when I get a slash proc, it's doing the 8,000 just like before. So it's obviously going to take a little more shots, but once I get a couple of corrosive procs going, the actual shot damage is going to be higher as well. And all I need is a couple slash procs, and then this guy's going to go down. Just like that. So while I actually haven't tested this, obviously, because I still have to get the Dread test, but I still think the Dread's going to win. But you never know, because the Dread has a lower status, so this is going to be proccing slash more. So yeah, that's basically the end of this part of the video, and now I'm going to redo the test proper, and basically just fire as fast as I can without waiting for Slashbox to do anything, and I'll show you side by side with the Dread to see which is better. So yeah, thanks for watching.